I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The vision of Doral Academy Charter Middle High School is to set the standard for outstanding student achievement while providing a safe and nurturing academic environment.
Rise and shine, Firebirds. I'm Eva Garcia. Today is Friday, September 30th, 2022, and you're watching the third episode of the fourth season of our weekly show, The Rise. Although this week was cut short with school being closed both Wednesday and Thursday in regard to the passing hurricane, we are happy that you're all here today safe. Coming up on today's show, a spotlight on our school's news, a beautiful showcase of Asian culture, and the limits to phone usage. All this and more coming up on today's edition of The Rise. The ability to share your art in a student-provided platform is being made possible with the addition of Lenses Literature/Arts Student Magazine. Lenses provides a space to show off talents, not limiting themselves to the people within the club as they accept works from any interested student. Make sure to take a look into Lenses and stop by in one of their meetings hosted every Wednesday in 506H. With the most anticipated football game of the season and one of our biggest school dances right around the corner, next week's Spirit Week gives us an opportunity to start getting fired up for these upcoming events. Next week will be filled with fun and creative designs, but please take notice of the dress code regulations before finalizing any apparel. Miami, Florida is home to a vast collection of many cultures and stories urging to be found and explored. One of these stories was found at an Asian food hall named 1-800-Lucky, showing off the Asian culture within the bright neighborhood of Wynwood.
1-800-Lucky is the local Miami food hall featuring a space where the community can appreciate Asian cultures through traditional dishes and a social environment for the neighborhood to enjoy.
People often ask, how does 1-800-Lucky bring out the Asian culture here at this food hall? And I think just by the sheer variety here, as well as the decor, they do a really great job at making sure that different cultures are represented. So we have Chinese, we have Japanese, now with me here we have Filipino, and we all represent just a different section of Asian culture.
Not only does the food hall provide cultural expression from its founders, but it also allows for locals to share a new experience with food and people.
So we chose to come here because we liked the idea that there were choices, so everybody could get a little bit of everything and maybe even try more than one cuisine. I'd never had Filipino food until today, and we got to meet the people that were cooking it, and they gave us their recommendations. And then they have some classic stuff they're used to, like fried rice or bao buns, but it's nice to have people that know a little bit about the cuisine and can talk to you about it.
And it's one place where, at least in Miami, you can try different flavors of Asian culture.
Whether it be to enjoy a delicious meal or to experience the beauties of an underrepresented culture in the city of Miami, 1-800-Lucky is a perfect spot for all family and friends. Signing off from FBTV for FSPA, I'm Nice Fonseca.
Many of us fail to notice how much we've separated ourselves from reality and entered the world of a digital era. Falling into a rabbit hole like social media and other apps leads us to wonder, how long have we been put under the spell of a phone?
Nowadays, the cell phone has become a largely incorporated aspect of society. But how much is too much? With the ability to be more connected than ever, people have created a world where being connected online means being disconnected in real life. The threat posed by the increased use of cell phone has been heavily instigated by addictive social media apps that have taken over today's teenagers. With social media as a means to carefully craft our digital personas, people often spend hours at a time online looking to curate the perfect life. The latest figures show that approximately 59% of the world now uses social media, which translates to around 4.7 billion people. While the use of global social media may point to positive effects, it has ultimately led to a dramatic increase of screen time amongst the population. In fact, it is said that the average screen time for Americans clocks in at a worrying 7 hours and 11 minutes daily. The cell phone has become so integrated in our daily life that newer generations know nothing else. In fact, it's been found that the effects of increasing amounts of time online leads to behavioral and emotional changes amongst kids and teens, causing sensory overload, attention problems, stress, and even anxiety. With so much to show for the negative impacts of cell phone usage, it poses the question, how much is too much? Signing off for FSPA, I'm Brandon Martin, reporting.
Our fall sports teams have unfortunately received schedule adjustments due to the recent weather, but this won't stop them as we look into what's to come for these teams. Here's Francisco Vera with what to expect this upcoming week.
Good morning, Firebirds. I'm Francisco Vera, and it's time for your weekly sports report. Our Doral Academy football team will be playing against Coleman on Monday at 6 p.m. in our Fiber Field. The game was originally scheduled for today, but was postponed because of Hurricane Ian. Our Doral girls volleyball team has a home game today versus Riviera Preparatory School. It's a red-out game, so be sure to pack the gym wearing red to support our Lady Firebirds. That's all for this week's sports report. Signing off, I'm Francisco Vera. Now back to your anchor.
As more school events mix together and last-minute changes are made, it gets harder to maintain a clear schedule of what's going on. Here's your daily announcements, hoping to ease the stress and keep you notified on all the latest news.
Middle School Model UN will be holding an informational meeting on October 3rd in room 422H at 3:45 p.m. Blue Missions will have a guest speaker on October 10th in the auditorium. Blue Missions will hold a parent Zoom on October 12th. Coral Restoration will be having a guest speaker on October 14th in the auditorium. Make sure to look at all the club's social medias to see any changes that have taken place because of the recent days out.
That's all for today's edition of The Rise. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms at Firebird TV, and we hope you have a safe and fun weekend. Signing off from The Rise, I'm Eva Garcia, reporting.